Now let's look at the lean process improvement. Now by the end of this wee talk, you'll have a basic understanding of the lean process improvement method. You'll be able to describe its origins, and you'll know how it can be applied to software development. So with that ambition, let's get started. Now what is lean? Lean is a term to use to describe a method of production that used less managers, less resources, less effort, less time than mass production to produce the equivalent product. Now the term was first used in the book The Machine That Changed the World by James Womack, Daniel Jones and Daniel Roos. This book was written by those three were from MIT. They did a 5-year study of how and why some of the companies in Japan were able to produce products better and faster than they could in America. And so it concentrates on the system of production more than the activities of production. And the main source was the Toyota production system. Not exclusively, but that was the main source. Now where this came from was, very briefly, in the 1950s, Toyota faced the challenges in producing a wide range of automobiles in less volumes with constrained resources, space, money, manpower, etc. They didn't have a lot in Japan. Not space, not money, not metal, not anything. So they started with a different approach. They started with the view that the person doing the work is probably best placed to say what's right and wrong. And if there's a problem, they're best placed to know that there is a problem and what the problem is and what should be done about it. The idea was to prevent defects rather than fix them after the event. Right? So inspecting quality into a product was not optional. So they tried to prevent the defects happening in the first place. And as Toyota improved the quality of their suppliers' products, they found they were solving pretty much the same problems each time. So eventually they codified this, and this became the lean goals. So here are the 6 lean goals. First was define the demand for services. So define the desire of purchasers for the services. So who needs to buy this? Extend the demand lead time. So if you can predict when people are going to want things, if you can settle down your demand on your production processes, you can have a much more stable production process, and that leads to much less error. You match the supply to the demand by continually reassessing the ability to meet existing and emerging customer expectations. You eliminate waste, eliminate any activity that does not create value. You reduce the supply lead time, so the total elapsed time from order to cash or service fulfillment, you reduce that, and you reduce the total costs. Now most of the attention is concentrated on eliminating waste, so we'll look at that. Toyota came out with 3 terms for waste: muda, mura, and muri. Now, muda is any form of waste in the process. So the process is not doing what it's supposed to do. Muri is an unreasonable burden. So one part of the process is overburdened and another part is not, or somebody's working their butt off and someone else is not carrying any weight. Mura, unlevel workloads on people or machines. So that was another one as well. Now, you can see that they are going to favor very flexible working environment and flexible workforce. So we get down to looking at muda, the wastes in the production process, of which there were 8 classified, and that is over-servicing, waiting, transport, extra processing, inventory, motion, defects, and talent. Those 8 are fairly well described and published, so I'll let you look them up. So the summary then for lean production is that it tries to eliminate waste. It originated from Toyota, but was observed by the MIT team and described. It improves the overall system of production, not the production process itself. It requires shared responsibility and decision making about improvements, and it concentrates on waste, which is anything that does not add value.